Hello, my name is Rhett, and I suffer from nosebleeds.
Hello, Rhett. Let's talk about that.
Good morning, Chia Lincoln. It is Thursday, January 20th, 2011.
Woo! Thanks for tuning in. You're special, and we like to think that you think that we're special.
Well, I don't need that. I don't need that reassurance.
Well, it can't hurt.
I am confident. I'm just being myself.
Well, good morning anyway, sir.
I don't need your approval.
You talking to them or me?
I eat both of you.
Not true. Okay, we're not going to talk about American Idol, but I will say that last night was the season premiere of American Idol, and in my opinion, it's the season of decision, and the premiere episode last night was the episode of decision. The decision being, am I going to watch American Idol this season? And I don't mean I personally, I mean I, America.
Oh, yeah. It's for America.
Everybody was thinking that. And I watched it, I endured the 2 hours. And I haven't made my decision. I got to watch one more time.
Last night did not help me be motivated to watch any more of it. That's all I'm going to say. I think this might be the end for me in American Idol.
Okay.
But let's not talk about American Idol. Lots of people don't watch it, and lots of people are not even American who watch Good Morning Chia Lincoln.
So who cares?
We need World Idol.
We need.
Let's discuss World Idol.
No,
Does that exist?
I hope not.
Yeah, that would be a horrible idea.
In yesterday's video on our main channel, Epic Gun Battle, I gave Rhett a bloody nose.
You did. If you haven't watched that, there's going to be an annotation that comes up at the end of this video for you to watch that. Or right now. Heck, I don't care. A lot of people thought, Link really hurt Rhett. Now, first of all, this Nerf gun, it's not a Nerf gun. I don't even know what brand it is, but it's something that's illegal. They don't make it anymore. It's like 10 years old.
Yeah, we bought it at Toys R Us, and I remember we were shopping for a huge projectile firer, and up at the top, like out of the reach of all the kids, I saw this box, and there was only one left. You remember? And
yeah, it's like called the XXL Blaster or something like that.
It should be called the Don't Fire in Anybody's Facer.
It really, literally, I say you could probably get it to go 200 feet.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's incredible. And so...
And I was 7 feet from your face.
You were 6 feet from my face, and Link had it fully pumped. So a dart that's this big, that's made out of some pretty hard foam, that could go 200 feet, hit me directly in the nose from 6 feet away.
But I wasn't aiming for your nose.
I was aiming for my Adam's apple, so he says. But anyway, as soon as he hit me in the nose, I knew that my nose was going to bleed because I have nosebleeds, people. Let me tell you a little bit about my history in nosebleeds. It will be interesting. As a child, I remember just sitting there in class, like in kindergarten class, and I'd be like drawing, like a boat. Something, what do you draw? A mythical beast. I'd be drawing a unicorn. Well, Paul Bunyan. And then I'd be like drawing, and I'd be like, what is that red dripping onto the page? Oh, that is coming from my body. That is my blood. I'd be doing nothing. Like I'd be in a conversation about something and just get a little bit excited and be like,
You get a little bit excited?
Yeah, I had nosebleeds.
So when you got excited, your nose would bleed?
It didn't matter. In fact, I could be sleeping. Okay, I'm gonna get really, really transparent here. I was a bedwetter, and I was a nosebleeder. And some nights, as like a 4-year-old kid, I would wake up.
I feel like I should just stand back here while you get this transparent. I don't like standing that close to you when you're getting this transparent.
And there would be urine in my bed, and there would be blood on my pillow. It was like there had been some sort of partial death during the night. Like,
gosh.
I mean, and so nothing would happen. I don't know if what I was dreaming about, but my nose would start bleeding. And this is something that runs in the family because my son now has the same problem, but we have cauterized the inside of his nose, so the problem is gone. But that never happened to me.
What did you do? Stick a burning candle up his nose?
No, I did it with a match. I lit a match. I was like, come here, boy. No, we went to a doctor. Doctors do this. It's chemical cauterization, and we did it on both sides, and he hasn't really had a nosebleed since. But I never had that procedure done. I eventually grew out of it. It's not like...
Yeah, I hear that people grow out of it.
Now I have to be shot with a dart that could go 200 feet from 6 feet away, and my nose will bleed.
I sense a couple of patterns here. In terms of the show, one pattern is that I think you get transparent about your own personal problems.
I have a lot of conditions.
Skin conditions.
I got a lot of conditions, man.
And, you know,
I'm a complicated man.
I hope you're working this out of your system. So long term, you won't be transparent about these things.
I don't still wet the bed, people. At least I haven't in the last 6 months.
And the other pattern I see is that these things happen to you, but they don't happen to me. Like, I've never planted a tree that's uprooted my parents' house.
I'm interesting.
And I've never had a nosebleed. You know, I
could take care of that
in
right
sixth
now.
grade, you know, during soccer, Coach Royal would get mad at me because every time somebody would run up and with the ball, I would go like this, and he pulled me to the side and he said, "When they come at you with the ball, you take the ball."
Coach Royal did this?
Yeah.
Was he in a windbreaker?
It was during the game, and he wasn't a windbreaker.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Don't turn away. Be aggressive."
Did he punch you in the nose?
And then I came back into the game, and very next play, some guy, whoa, coming right at me, and I was like, and I just got right in the guy's face, and boom, he toe bashed the ball, boom, hit me right in the face, knocked me flat on the ground.
But your nose didn't bleed.
But my nose did not bleed. My nose will not bleed.
Yeah, because people who have nose bleeding problems like me, there's blood vessels in there that are just ready to go. But you don't have that issue. So
It's a genetic thing?
yeah, it's totally genetic. My mom had it. I had it. My son has it. I never had it dealt with. Because I think it's kind of cool. If I had that problem dealt with, that video yesterday, wouldn't have 100,000 views right now.
Well, you also sprayed water in my face for like 90 seconds straight, which is pretty amazing. I defy you to watch that video and not laugh. It's just like, we were watching the videos, we were editing it, and I was like, I'm not going to laugh because this is stupid. This is childish, and I'm tired of it. I'm not going to laugh at it. 40 times watching the video, I just couldn't. Laughter is so contagious. It's such a beautiful thing, even when you're acting like a child.
And do you know that it is scientifically proven that if somebody opens their mouth when they laugh, that it makes you want to laugh a lot more, like a yawn.
Like that?
So if you just go like, nothing. Nobody wants to laugh at that. In fact, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
It's like something's going wrong with me.
Punch you in the nose.
But if you're like,
no, getting nothing. Why when people get a nosebleed, because I've never had one, I don't know this, why do they turn their head all the way up? That doesn't stop a nosebleed. That just makes the blood run down the back of your throat into your stomach. I never understood that.
So you can drink the blood. It's like a vampire. It's like
is that really supposed to stop a nosebleed?
Whenever you see a vampire doing this, they're just enjoying themselves. Actually, what you do is you lay. Well, first of all, the reason you do that is because you don't want it to come out onto the environment. You want it to go. You want it
into
to be
your
internal.
stomach.
Yeah. Well, no. And if you go like this, you lean back, it'll begin clotting, and I can pretty much end a nosebleed like in 30 seconds now.
Really? That will clot in it? Okay.
Yeah.
And some people just go like this so it doesn't run out everywhere.
Yeah, but it makes you like a moron.
And then you've got the nosebleed section, is what they call like the higher seats in that stadium.
I can't sit in that. Every time I've ever been in the upper deck of an arena, my nose has begun to bleed.
See, for the longest time...
That is not true, people.
A lot of things he says aren't true. For the longest time, I thought they called it the nosebleed section because you go to the game and you're so far from it, you're like, dang it, I just feel like punching myself in the face for buying these tickets.
That's not it, Link. It's an altitude thing.
Right, I recognize that that's not now it.
If you have physical ailments like bedwetting and nose bleeding or anything else, please feel free to be transparent in the comments below or on our Facebook wall over at facebook.com/Rhett and Link. Chia Lincoln is growing. Well, actually, he's dying. From now on, it's going to be what is the regress of Chia Lincoln? Some people suggested that we get rid of the beard. I think we might start plucking away at that. In fact, look, right here.
If you're going to take it off, at least eat some of it.
I'm not eating that. You're going to get a nosebleed. We can't endorse actually eating this because even though it is like bean sprouts, people said there's something about the seed mixture and the clay. So if you're going to eat chia, eat it at your own risk. We do not endorse it or recommend it. But Link, he's never even had a nosebleed, so what's going to happen to him?
Oh.
He's just enjoying himself.
See you tomorrow. Friday.